How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the Positive Mindset Podcast, where we come together to raise our vibration, lift our perspective, and build a positive mindset. My name is Henry Lawrence, and I'm so thankful to have each and every one of you here today because in this episode, we're going to talk about how to charge yourself. If you want to empower, if you want to strengthen, if you want to uplift the energy within you, this is the episode for you. And make sure to stay tuned to the very end because we're going to do a deep healing meditative breath to align on this message so we can carry it throughout the day. So this is something that I think you could use at any moment. If you listen to like a podcast or you listen to music or you have like a routine where you lift yourself up, but then you find yourself going into the day, you're going to work, you're going to school, you're going to whatever things you have to do, and you lose that energy. Maybe like right when you walk into the work, somebody's a jerk, or right when you get to school, there's like a delay or something that just like knocks you off your routine. And so that high energy that you brought within you is no longer there and you're stuck in the moment. And so day after day, like when you set the intention, when you try to uplift yourself, you're very quickly losing the steam in life. And so it's feeling like it's not working. And I was doing a bit of a meditation to think of like, how could you shift this? How could you lift you up? And there's a way. You see, your perspective is so important. If you're stuck in a moment that's hurting and you're just seeing all the things that are hurting, like you're not truly looking at yourself, right? If there's no reflection, you're just looking in front of you. It's very hard to come to a shift because the only thing that you can see to solve it is more of what you're looking at. And so if you run into that day and then it's just like the day takes over and you feel like you have no control of how you feel or how much energy or how you perceive things through it, this is going to work for you. So just imagine that whatever you're going through, even if it's your exact moment right now, if you're sitting at work, wherever you are, if it's the exact moment, view yourself in the third person, like see you in your mind's eye, see you. See yourself as an object like everything else, just truly see it. You can put energy into that version of you from this third point of view, just as you can put energy into something outside of you. You can look it up, you can do the research, but they've done studies with plants where they have people talk positively to plants and negatively to plants. And there's a difference in how they grow. When you put that positive frequency into something, it improves. An even more easy way to understand is think about your childhood. When you're growing up, if you had parents that were very positive, if they were telling you that you could do anything, that you can figure out anything, that you're strong, that you're smart, that you're resourceful, that you're loved, those will most likely be your thoughts. But those of you that went through the opposite of that, where you were told you were a burden, were you too loud? Were you too noisy? You were too dirty? You were too messy? You weren't helpful? When they put that negative frequency into you, those thoughts still affect you today. You know it deep down. When something happens, you process it through that belief system. So just as those can have positive and negative effects on your life as you experience it, you can put yourself as a viewer of you, and you can do the same thing to yourself. You can put the energy into you. And so if you take yourself and you imagine yourself standing there, whether you're in a field or you're just viewing yourself sitting in your chair at work, you're driving to work, you're listening to music, wherever you see your place, maybe if it's with a loved one, it's with people, whatever it is where your energy is drained, view yourself in that moment. And then imagine the sky above. Just there's lightning bolts coming right at you. And these lightning bolts are positive words that you need to hear. You can do this. You are loved. You are good. You are wanted. You are powerful. You are strong. You are fast. You are capable. You are thoughtful. You can do anything. You are meant to do good things. You are supposed to be here. Whatever it is, you start sending those words like lightning bolts into yourself, you will start to feel it. Because you do it all day with negative words. You tell yourself that you can't do something. You tell yourself that somebody's going to judge you. You tell yourself that someone's going to think what you're doing is funny or silly or you shouldn't do it. You do that all the time, but you need to give yourself the opportunity to receive positive. And once you do this again and again, you realize you can do it at all times. And so you find yourself a way to charge yourself, because when you put the words, I am loved, into your head, and then you look out to the world of I am loved, and then you have to see how you're loved. Like if you make sure you're finding something that shows you that you're loved in something, That starts reinforcing in your life because what you focus on expands. So when you do your meditation in the morning, when you do your exercise, whether it's a cold shower, sitting quietly, going for a walk, whatever you do when you lie yourself, put some frequency words in there. Ones that you know you need. It might be that I am powerful and I can do anything. I am strong and I can carry any load. I am thoughtful and I can think. Like whatever it is that you need to be, that you desire to be in your experience, put that into your meditation. And then when you go into the world, just take time to pause for a moment and say those words as lightning bolts, powering yourself. See them going into your body, strengthening it. See your body glow as the power of those powerful words go within you, to where it becomes your DNA. Now, you might be thinking, if this is the first time listening to something like this, and you've never considered that this is a way that you can look at things, that this is crazy, that this is outlandish, that this is silly. Like if you're thinking like this, you're nuts. If what you've been doing hasn't been working for you, what's the cost of trying something different? If you don't like the way you feel, if you don't like the way that life is going for you, why don't you challenge your perspective on it? That's the one thing you're not checking. If you've tried to work harder, if you tried to do the things in the way that you think is right, the next piece is to change the perspective. If you're looking through a scope at something, you're trying to shoot it, and if you get the scope pointed at it perfectly and it shoots and it missed, you might check the gun at first to make sure that the gun is right. But then if the gun is right and you shoot it and it missed, the lens, the scope is what's wrong. And if you adjust the scope and it's still wrong, then the lens is messed up. So then you have to change the lens. So many of us focus on outwardly what we can change, but we don't look at the perspective in which we're perceiving the world. We don't want to challenge that. But once you do, you find your power that you can do anything. So truly think, how much time are you spending paying attention to the thoughts you think? It's one of the most important things you can do, is to be aware of the thoughts you think. There's a saying that I love. Actually, I said it to my daughter today, which I know she didn't get it because she's only 6. But I said, your perception is your reception. Like as you perceive, you're going to receive. So if you're not paying attention to the thoughts that are going through your mind, meaning you're not paying attention to if they're good or bad, like you're not keeping count, you might continually say negative things to yourself all the time, but not really keep track of how often you're saying it. But you're observing it constantly, even if it's in the subconscious. And so if your life is looking like what you don't want it to look like, you have to start paying attention to the thoughts in your mind. You can shift those through exercises like this. You have the power. If there was ever a time to give a different way of thinking a shot, this is it. It's not about being right or wrong. It's not about like scientifically what you can find or religiously what you can find or all these things. Challenge your perspective. When somebody's having a good life, they tend to talk about the good things. The mistake that we make is we think that's what makes them talk about the good things. We see like, well, that person's got money. No wonder they're happy. That person's got their health. No wonder they're happy. Like that's why they're talking good, because they have good externally. That takes away the power of you. You are the creator of your experience and you can create anything that you desire. So we're going to take a deep healing breath. And as you breathe in, I want you to pick your word. You can do multiple if you want your sentences. I'm going to go with I am powerful. So as you close your eyes, say, I am powerful, I am powerful, I am powerful. Say it in a way to where it feels like it's your heartbeat in your body. So that your heart, your frequency is beating to the phrase that you choose. I am powerful, I am powerful. So it's within you. As you hold your breath, visualize you externally from wherever you're at. And continue to say in that heartbeat motion, I am powerful, and push that energy into you. Visualize yourself reacting to it in the way that you desire to react. If you're saying that I am powerful and you push that into yourself and you see yourself start sitting up taller, you see your body straightening out, you see yourself holding yourself firm. Maybe you're running and you're using this meditation to try to beat a record and you see yourself running faster. You're doing an exercise and you see yourself moving more. Like see it in action. Truly see the thing that you're pumping into yourself. And then as you exhale, allow yourself to slide back into you. Go back into and feel the power that's within you and know that you can do that any moment. So go ahead and pick your phrase. And let's take a deep breath in. And out. You're the one that can solve everything that you're going through, because what you have to solve is actually you. That's why they say the journey is always within. So again, this is one of those messages. This is one of those moments where it seems like maybe I'm talking specifically to you. It's because I am. This message is meant for one person. That one person is listening right now. So use this to rise up and become the rising tide that lifts all ships. Well, thank you so much for watching. I hope this episode was impactful and gave you a different perspective on whatever it is that you're going through. If you want to make sure you don't miss a single episode, make sure you subscribe to my email list. There's a link down below. It will keep you up to date with every single episode. And if you want to follow me on social media, there's my Instagram and TikTok down below. I appreciate all the follows there. Well, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and I can't wait to talk to you next time.